Hey everyone, it is Angie here with Too Cool Stamping, and we have something a little bit different to start off today. We're going to talk about the new storage by Stampin Up because I am so very excited about this awesome new product line for Stampin Up. But first we're going to wait just a few minutes. We're going to let some people find our live, and I just wanted to remind you that you can, if you share this video on your page, and just come back to the comment section and say that you shared so that I know that you did. And when you do that, you can win a, you're going to win, have a chance to win our prize giveaway. Sorry, I was like, what is our prize? I kind of forgot for a minute. But what we're going to give away this week is some tear and tape. Totally useful, and we're going to be using this today to do our Easter basket project. And this stuff is extra sticky. It's perfect for any kind of 3D projects that you do. So this is what we're giving away today for the Facebook Live. And again, you can enter to win that contest just by sharing this live video on your page, or you can share the replay on your page. You have until tomorrow at noon, Friday, April 5th, at noon to share the video, and then come back onto this feed and say that you shared, because I don't always see who is sharing because of the way your settings are. So just keep that in mind. So good morning. I see we have a few people on here. We're gonna just go ahead and get started. We are we're talking today about storage by Stampin' Up. I'm so excited that I got some of the different cubes and the different module pieces and shipped to me yesterday. And a lot of people are asking, how are these people getting this so fast? Well, if you use second day or something, it comes a lot faster. So you got to pay a little bit more, but you get it faster. So I did want to share because I'm so excited about it. Now, I just have to put my disclaimer out there. I didn't buy a whole lot of pieces. It's not because I didn't want to buy a whole lot of pieces, and I might later. I wanted to see how it was, but I actually have just purchased, as a Christmas present to myself, I had just purchased another brand of storage, the Stampin' Storage. I know many of you have known about that, and it's a beautiful wooden storage, and it holds all the markers and wood. It holds all the markers and ink pads, and it's made out of wood, and it has the like refill inks. It's just really pretty. And so I had wanted that for a long time. I saved up, and that's what I got myself for Christmas. And then this came out. So the thing that I am really excited about sharing about that, I love my Stampin' Storage unit. It's really pretty. This is something that is really practical and very flexible, very versatile. Because it's a modular size, it's going to be able to fit in whatever craft space that you have. And I think that's the biggest plus as far as comparing the two. There's a couple of different pluses actually, but that is the biggest one. These are actually units that are about 5 inches square, not quite 5 inches tall, or yeah, not quite 5 inches tall, but they're 5 inches wide and 5 inches deep. And so when you stack them together, they really are very compact little unit, and you can take them apart and move them in any kind of configuration that you want to. So it's completely flexible, and it doesn't matter if you have a small craft space or a really large craft space. You can, have these going all the way across. You can stack them up really high if you have a nice skinny high place that you're trying to, maybe you don't have a lot of table space, a lot of workspace that you can spare. And this will be able to stack really high. I've heard, I've been looking at other people's reviews. A lot of other people got them either expressed overnight or second day air, and so I've been trying to see what other people are thinking about it. And they feel like it's pretty sturdy in order to stack them pretty high. So I love that you can mix and match. We have ink pad holders, the markers on the sides. We have a whole thing for a blender, or the Stampin' Blends pens. And then we have open cubes that you can customize with whatever you want to put in there, just any kind of embellishments or whatever. So I absolutely adore the flexibility and the modular part of that. And I'm going to get more into this and break this down a little bit more for you so you can see kind of how it works. But I just wanted to share how much I love that aspect of it. I think that's really awesome. I also like that it's very lightweight. But it's still sturdy. It's very, you're not you know, it's not like, it's not really wobbly. You don't feel like everything's going to come apart. So once you have it all together and fill it up, I think you'll be really, really happy with it. I mentioned how compact it is. Like the Stampin' storage for 10 high, it's, you know, you only have a certain amount of units that you can select from. There's, you know, like a, I don't even remember how many count there is, but there's like 3, there's a small, a medium, and a large unit of the ink pad and marker, and it also holds refills on the sides, but there's only a certain amount of space, and they do have it that you can either put it just on your desk directly, or you can, they have different ones that you can fit with IKEA, which that is a plus for them. I'm not sure how this works with IKEA. I don't have any IKEA. So those of you that have IKEA, once you get this, you can let me know how that is. But I did want to share with you how small it is. So the one that I have right now, 10 high, is about 13.5 inches, 14 inches high. And when I put my ruler up here, the top of this is just 9.25 high, but the 2 basic units come to just 8.25 high. So not very tall of a space. They really have a lot compacted in here. Excuse me. So I love, love, love that. I think that's really, really awesome. And the fact that you can configure it any way you want to. You can have, you know, 3 high, you can go really high, you can have some high and some going off to the side. I think that really is going to make this a very, very popular and functional product for you. So the thing that's really nice about it is, I'll give you all of the details of each unit, and also I'm going to link to, there's a configuration chart that they gave us, so you can help get an idea of the sizing and how that's going to fit with your workspace, and give you some ideas of how you can use the products together. But first of all, let's just go through each of the units and show you what is available. There's 5 different pieces that you purchase, and they all come a la carte, so that means you can configure them any way you want to. So I love the fact that, like I mentioned, these are the Stampin' Blends. This is another unit for Stampin' Blends. I just didn't want to fill it all up, but I did see that you can put other things in there. Wink of Stella. I have my Stampin' Spritzer in here. You can put some blender pens in here, or just regular markers. That'll fit in there nicely. And then the ink pad holders, these are perfect for the new style of ink pad, the firm foam ink pads in the slick design. So these are the newer design. But the thing that I also found that was nice, you can use the old style of ink pad. Now this doesn't fit perfectly. They didn't design this to go backwards. They didn't, you know, want to make something that was going to hold something that's now obsolete. But these older versions of ink pads, they do fit in there, and you could make it work. Now, I don't know if you saw that. When I put this in there, this piece goes up just a little bit. Do you see how it goes up? And so you're going to have them kind of sitting on the ink pad, but it'll work. As you switch out into new ink pads, that's going to work for you. You can have a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. They do stick out a little bit more. They're just larger ink pads. So they don't fit in there perfectly, but you can make do until you get all the colors in the beautiful new sleek style. Another option is I was going to put my old ink pads over here in one of the open cubes. So that's nice too. But this ink pad holder in the middle holds your Stampin' Right markers. It also, as you build things up, you can also put toppers on it to hold the refill inks. And then, like I mentioned, the open cube. So let's look at each one of these and see how they work. So this is, it comes in a unit of 5. So you get 5 trays, and they come apart. Now, people are asking, do they lock in place, or, you know, do they come apart? Well, they don't lock. Like, you can't just put them like this and then carry them and not worry about them falling apart. You do have to be careful because they're just trays sitting on each other, kind of like in your desk area, in your office area, when you have your paper trays, your letter trays sitting on top. It's kind of like that. So it stacks nice and firmly when they're stacked, but they will come apart on you if you pick them up. So let me just move this over here. So this is an example of one that you would get, and it's just the blender, or I keep calling it blender. It's Stampin' Blends marker trays. And the Stampin' Blends marker trays they're $14. The item number is 149169. and 149169. And you can get all these right now, by the way. They're all available to order. You can get them at if you go to my website, toocoolstamping.com, and click on the Shop Now link, you can look for those. But anyway, this is the Stampin' Blends, and they all come apart. When you first get them, they're a little bit sticky because they come that way from the warehouse. So each one of these trays comes apart, and then they just stack back on there. And they have a little stopper so it doesn't go all the way back to the back. But you can see how, if you wanted to, you could have like 3 up of markers. You could have them stacked on top of all your ink pads. So you can break these apart into, they don't have to be in 5s. You can have just, you know, a whole row of Stampin' Blends going lengthways across your table. Just all kinds of fun configurations. So they don't have to be in the 5 tray unit. Now that's what's going to match up with the open tray, but you can make it fit however you want to. Now one thing I wanted to point out, because it's easy to miss, when you get your trays, you get a little packet here of the feet that you can put on the bottom. So there's 2 different sizes of feet, because there's 2 different depths of where you put the feet. So you put the thicker ones up front and the thinner ones back, so they don't, the markers are tipped back so they don't fall out. Anyway, so you don't want to miss those little packet of feet. Don't throw those out. You're going to want those, because when you get them on your work surface, they're nice and sturdy. They're not going to move around and slide around. So the other cube that you get that I love, and I think is going to be the most popular, is the ink pad and marker cube. And that one is also $14. The number for that is 149168, 149168. And when you get that, let me move this out of the way. So we'll talk about this topper in a second. When you're getting this one, you're actually getting 5 trays of, this is how much you get for the tray. So you get enough for 5 ink pads and 5 markers. This is great, like when the new ink pads come out for the in colors, you'll have 5. And you can stack them, you know, all 10. Right now I have all my brights in a row here. So I can just have a whole stack of all the brights, and they're really easy to get to. So we'll just set that right on top of there. So they just stack that easily. So that comes separately. Now you notice that each one of these 2 ones that I have showed you, they're just the trays, they're not the topper. So what you actually purchase separately is a lid. So it depends on how you configure. If you stack these really high, you're only going to need 1 lid at the top. If you want them to go long, then you're going to need several lids to go over the top. So this little lid you can purchase separately, and that is just $3, and it is 149167. And again, that just fits right on the top, closes it up, and gives you a nice little surface for you to add just a little something on the top. I just had a little bucket up here with some tools in it, so that's kind of fun. The other topper that they have is called the storage topper, and this is one that it's just a little tray, and you can put your refill inks in here. It actually holds 20 ink bottles, so you could stack 2 of your color families high and then put all 20 refill inks to match on the top. So it's just a little, like a 1-inch depth, has a little Stampin' Up logo on here. I don't know if you can see that, but and that just fits on any of the tops. So again, you can stack it really high and then have this really high at the top, or have a bunch of different trays, like I have 2 different ones here. You can hold the refill inks in there, or other things. I have some twine, I have a sponge, I have my Stampin' Mist, so all the things you want to keep nice and close and within arm's reach, those can all go right there. And then this just fits right on the top, and you can put all those in there. Oops. Really easily. So I love how that stacks together. Then the last part, here's another one of the topper trays. For the last unit, did I give you the, I don't know, I don't think I gave you the price for that. That's storage topper is $5, and it's 149170. 149170. I feel like I'm on QVC or HSN or something. Vanna. Anyway, this last piece is an open storage cube, and I love it because you can put ribbon in it. You can put, you know, anything you want to put in there. That'll be a really fun piece that you can customize and put little, little cubbies anywhere you need a little space. Maybe to even out everything and make it nice and even on the top, or maybe to have a staggered look, however you want to put it together. But it's just a customizable open space. Put whatever you want to in it. And this one is $10, and it's $149,171. And again, it doesn't have that top on it, so you can just stack the open cube on top of the open cube on top of the, blends or whatever. So you can mix and match. I'm having trouble because I can't see what I'm doing over there. And I don't want to put my head in the way, but you get the idea. So all this stuff goes together, and I just think you're going to have a great time customizing to your space. I see Karen says, does the stamp pad ones hold the older style of ink pads? I just covered that, Karen, but yes, they do. They're a little bit too tall. It causes the one to kind of go up just not that much, but it does kind of bump it up just a little bit, but you can fit them in there. So it's kind of it might be resting on the ink pad more than it's resting on the sides. So it might get a little wobbly if you were stacking them really high, I think. But if you have a few left that you haven't switched over, or if you have your in colors, definitely something that you can make do. And like I was saying before, you can just stick them in an open one and just have them there too if you want. That's an option. So if you have any questions about this, I can only see a couple of comments at a time, so I don't know if other people had questions. But if you do have questions, just let me know. I did have a question earlier about the Memento ink pads and whether those fit. And those do fit. I like to store them upside down. They're a little bit high, but they just barely fit. And if you were to push them all the way in, they would, like the old ink pads, they'd kind of pop it up. But there's a little lip on the bottom there that it kind of stops it. So it allows you to not push it too far in, and that way you can grab it out really easily. So I kind of like it for that too. I'm going to buy an extra cube just for that. I think that'll look really great. So, oh, someone also asked about the Versamark. The Versamark is definitely too thick. Too thick to go in there. It has some lips on here so that they stack on top of each other, and it doesn't want to fit in there. So I would not recommend a space for Versamark, but the Memento definitely can make that work. So, okay, if you have any other questions, I don't know if I have covered everything or not. I'm trying to, I think I have just about everything. So anyway, I hope that you love the storage by Stampin' Up. I think it's going to be a big seller. Oh, I do know one thing I wanted to tell you. They gave us a little bit of a notice that, this is going to be pretty hot, and they have tried to order lots of inventory in. Like other things that become wildly popular, there is a potential that things could sell out. So I always recommend, if you're wanting to get something soon, then you should order soon. It's very possible that this could the first batch that they have in could be depleted. We don't know when. I don't have it's not low on inventory right now. I don't see it on our inventory status report. So we're good to go right now, but they did want to just put that disclaimer out there. If it does go low, then they might have to shut the item off, and they will not be doing back orders on it. The good thing about it is when it does come back into stock, you'll be able to order it then. It is an item that's going to stick around. It's going to be in the new catalog. It's not going away anytime soon, so you just would need to be patient and let that next shipment come in. But right now, we're good to go. I just want to make sure you knew about that, just in case there might be a time that it gets kind of low. So if you want it, get it now, unless you're willing to be patient if it happens to go, if it happens to be depleted. So anyway, I know it's going to be popular, because I already have a storage solution, and I bought some, and I'm going to be using them for sure for some of my I have extra stamp pads that I have for classes, and I have extra markers and, my Memento pads and things like that. So I'll definitely be using them for those for now, and I might end up liking them better just because they're such a more compact unit. You get a lot more colors and a lot less space. So I'm still working my craft room and making it fit my needs, so it's not set in stone yet, and so I might be using that versatility for my own benefit too. Okay, again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll answer those as I see them coming up later today on this. And also, don't forget, be sure to share this live on your Facebook page and come back and tell me that you have shared it, and then I will have you in a drawing to get some tear and tape for today. That's our prize today. Okay, I do have one project that I want to share with you today. Usually I do two, but since we had this great big reveal with the storage by Stampin' Up, I only have one, but I think you're gonna like it, and it's perfect timing because it's an Easter basket. So I see some people have joined us. Hey everybody, good morning Julene. Oh, she's in Florida for spring break, so I hope you're having a lot of fun. I hope you have great weather. It's raining here, so another bad day here. But that's why we're inside having fun with stamping. Okay everybody, you need to hold on for a second. I'm gonna flip you around, so hold on. Okay, sorry, that was a little more than usual. I don't usually have that configuration. All right, so today, let me turn on some lights too. Get a better look at everything. All right, so today we are going to talk about a little Easter basket, and we're going to be using the gorgeous Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. I love this paper. Actually, I just checked the inventory report to see if anything was on back order. This was on back order for a long time. It came back and now it's already on low inventory. Doesn't mean it's back ordered yet, but it's on low inventory. So if you want this Gingham Gala paper, it's 6 by 6. You get, how many pieces do you get? Why am I not seeing that on there? I think 40, you get 40 pieces. So, and you have 5 different colors: the Lemon Lime Twist, the Daffodil Delight, Grapefruit Grove, Highland Heather, Balmy Blue. Remember the Lemon Lime Twist? That's going to be leaving us very soon. That's one of our in colors that's going to be gone. So just wanted to remind you of that. But I love this small gingham, and then you flip it over and you have the large gingham pattern. So you can pick, there's 2 cool sides. So you have 2 cool choices for the paper. So that's what we're going to be using today. And also, since we're talking about Gingham Gala paper, I wanted to remind you that if you place an order with me in April of $50 or more, I'm giving away some project sheets, and there are going to be 15 total free project sheets. You're going to have 7 with the needlepoint nook suite, and those are going to be really pretty. And then also you'll have 8 projects featuring the Gingham Gala stamp set and paper, and so those are going to be really fun. I love that whole suite of projects or products with the butterflies and everything. So you'll get all 15. All you have to do is place an order for $50 in April at TooCoolStamping.com and use the host code N4DTRBY3. So I have that on my TooCoolStamping.com page. You can always find it there to get your free gift with your $50 order. So I want to talk about that real quick. All right, let's talk about the projects. So today I'm going to be sharing how to make this cute little Easter basket with the Gingham Gala paper. It's so simple. You're not even going to believe how simple it is. And I did this with the Highland Heather version and filled it up with some candy. It's going to be the cutest little table gift at my Easter table, and I'm going to show you how to make this today. All right, so we're going to use, since the Lemon Lime Twist is my favorite in color that's going to be leaving, I'm going to use that today. We're going to start out with a 6 by 6 piece of Lemon Lime Twist cardstock. You could also use the Designer Series paper. It wouldn't be quite as sturdy. I don't know if you could put as much candy in it, but if you just had something very light, you could just use the Gingham Gala piece of paper instead, and that would be cute too. I just wanted something a little more sturdy, so I started out with a 6 by 6, and then we're just going to score at the 2-inch mark and the 4-inch mark, and then flip it 90 degrees and do the 2 and 4-inch marks again. So just a tic-tac-toe board there for our scoring. Next we're going to do some cutting, and this is so simple. I'm telling you what, don't get too crazy about it. This is just cutting up 1 score line into the intersection of the score lines. Same over here. Flip it around 180 and then do the same on the other side. And then we're just going to fold on all of those score lines. Like that. If you want to use your bone folder, you can, but you don't really need to for this one. All right, next we're going to decorate a little bit, and I've already cut some Gingham Gala paper. These are 1 3/4 inches squared, and so I'm gonna do the large pattern this time. So I'll put a little bit of snail on the small pattern size, and we're just gonna decorate the 4 corners here, and it's on the back side. We're gonna have, that's gonna be our inside box, so we want it on the back side that shows. That over here. Do you like the small gingham or the large gingham? Everyone seems to have a favorite. I kind of like the small, but today I'm liking the large. Usually I end up with the small. Sorry, the camera's shaking a little bit. All right, so there are our sides, and look how easy this is just going to go together. You just pull these sides up, and that's going to create the side. So how we stick those together, just 2 pieces of tear and tape. Remember, you can get this for free if you share the video today. I'll have a giveaway for some tear and tape to the winner. By the way, Angie Brewer, if you are watching, I got a piece of fuzz on there. Angie Brewer, if you're watching, that was my winner from last week. I still have not heard from you with your address, so please let me know and I'll get your metallic pearls out to you. Okay, so I just put some tear and tape along the top of each one, the outermost edge, and then we'll flip that in. We're going to make both of these points come together at the top and then stick that back piece to it. So again, put those corners together, hold them still, and then push that back piece onto it. And that is all there is for getting the basic shape. Now we do have a little flap here. I don't want that to stick out that way. So I'm going to use just a glue dot. And so I'll pick a little glue dot off of here with my paper piercing tool. And I'm just going to stick that right under that point. That'll tack that down just enough so it's not loose. We don't want it to get away. Okay, there's our basket. How easy was that? So simple. Okay, now we're going to decorate the handle, and for this we have a 1/2 inch by 6 inches. So, and if you're cutting these pieces, I recommend cutting this strip first so that you don't mess your paper up and not have a 6-inch side left. Just cut a little 1/2 inch off and then cut your squares off. And then you have your other handle piece, which is 3/4 inch by 6 inches. So all I'm going to do for this one is run some snail right down the middle and add that to the top. I'm going to put a couple of pieces of tear and tape right over that pretty paper on the ends. Again, you want to use something that's nice and secure because this is a 3D box, so we want it to hold up. We don't want it to fall apart. So don't use snail. Definitely use tear and tape. Oh, before I take this off, hold on, put that back on. I want to show you a little trick about making this. This is going to be the handle, but you want to kind of use your bone folder and give it a little bit of a curl, like you're doing curling ribbon for a birthday package. Just kind of give it a little curl to help it bend. Otherwise, you'll be fighting it a little bit. So now we have a nice bend. Take those tear and tape pieces off. And then you're going to stick this, whoops, you're going to stick this on the inside. You can see there's like a little ledge here where that piece comes up. You're going to sit that piece right on the ledge. Let me make sure this is okay. Let me show you what that looks like. So you see how you're sitting it right on the ledge? And then the same with this side. So you know that it's nice and lined up. because it's just sitting right there. There we go. How cute is that? Totally done. All we have to do is decorate. Before we do that, I wanted to share with you the Ready Shreddy. I don't know if you guys, I mean, I like to fill my little Easter baskets, and this stuff is awesome. This is something that came out, I think it was last year, in the Sweet Soiree Suite, and it's a retired product, but it currently is in the clearance rack. So I like it. It has Berry Burst and white and silver shreddy, and so I bought some of that because I'm going to use it for craft fairs, but it's only $3. It's in the clearance for $3. I'm going to give you the product number because you don't want to miss that. That's such a great deal, and it's perfect for Easter baskets. The number is 145562, $3. And it has, like I said, this is only like a partial bag. Look how big this bag is. I couldn't believe it. This is like half of a bag. It was filled clear up to here. And then you also get Berry Burst and silver too. It's such a good deal. $1 a bag. $1 a color of bag, I should say. It's $3. Okay, so here's my little basket. Love it. And then we're just going to decorate that with Daisy. Whoops, lost a Rolo. It rolled right away from me. So I'm going to use a Daisy punch to make that cute front. So I'm just going to take some Whisper white paper with our Daisy punch. And we're going to punch 2 of those. Next, we're going to use our bone folder again, that same curvy motion that you were using, like your curling ribbon, just really gently. I like to hold it right here because you don't want to do it too hard and tear it. And I just curl each of those petals up like that. And then we don't really want it, see how it's all going down now? We want it to kind of go up first. So I actually just put a little tiny bend in each one of the petals right at the base of that center circle. And that way it kind of looks more like a little spider with its legs. Not that we want to talk about spiders. So we'll do the other one the same way. Little curl. And then bend each petal up just a little bit right at the base. Okay, now we're going to pop those together with some dimensionals. So let's put that there, and then we're going to just stagger it so that it looks like a full flower. So pretty. And then we need a center, and I've already done some subtle texture embossing on this piece. I don't know if you can see it because it's so subtle. Bump. Anyway, that's on my lemon lime twist paper, and then I'm going to use a 1/2 inch punch, circle punch, to get a little center of my flower and put a little dimensional. That large dimensional just fits. And we'll put that right in the middle. And I'm going to add a little bit of a wink of Stella just to brighten it up a little bit, give it a little bit of shine. And then one more dimensional on the back, and that will attach it to our basket. Super cute, super easy. You can make a bunch of these for your Easter table. Ta-da! I did one in Grapefruit Grove as well. You could do one in every color, the Daffodil Delight, the Balmy Blue. So, so cute. You just have these all over your tables. I just love these. I hope you guys do too. I want to thank Rhonda Wade for this awesome idea. And I want to thank you guys for coming to our Facebook Live, spending a little bit of time with me. I know that you have super busy lives, and so I always appreciate when you spend some time crafting with me and learning about new product lines, and I just really, really appreciate it. So be sure and share the live or replay up until Friday, April 5th at noon, and then I will select a winner and you'll win some awesome tear and tape so you can make some of your own baskets. There's plenty of time to make the Easter baskets. When is Easter? It's like the 19th or something. It's a little while away, so you have some time to do that, and these will be so fun to make. Also, don't forget about the project sheets that you can get when you place a $50 order with me in April. Remember to use that host code. You can put that in on the shopping cart page, N4DTRBY3, and that's if you just go to toocoolstamping.com and hit the shop now link, you can go there. I'll have links for the storage by Stampin' Up and also the Gingham Gala suite on this page later today, so you'll be able to shop right away, right from this link. And be sure to, I was going to show you one more thing, because this is kind of an Eastery project, and I shared an Easter project a few weeks back that I wanted to remind you of, because it's also in that beautiful Gingham Gala paper. Gala? I don't know which way it is. Anyway, these are cute little pull-up treats for the mini Hershey bars, and I showed how to make these. These are super easy too. Also a fun table gift. And you can see that on my Facebook Live from January 31st. So, and the little bird here is from Hey Love, and it's just super, super cute. So you could actually put both of them together at a table setting. Wouldn't that be cute? I love it. Look how sweet that is. You could have some for the kids, some for the adults, or everyone gets everyone. Anyway, I just love how everything coordinates. So check that out. I will try to put that link on there too, or you can also find it at the Too Cool Stamping YouTube page, which I would love for you to visit, and also subscribe. That's really going to help me out. So do that if you can. And again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will be back next week. We do this every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'll bring 2 cool projects for you to try on your own. So hopefully I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. This is Angie with Too Cool Stamping. Bye-bye.